Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next episode of Supernatural Season 2. Before I jump into my thoughts on this episode and what happened last time, I just want to let you guys know that the next episode in the Supernatural series is going to be a slightly different one. I'm going to be reading the very first Supernatural novel called Nevermore, because it takes place in between this episode and the next one. So I figured it's as good time as any to start reading them and just to see if they're any good. I did talk about it briefly on my live stream that I was going to be doing them, and quite a lot of people basically said they'd never read it, or they'd never even heard of them, so I'm going to attempt to do some sort of like reading vlog like I see other booktubers do, but we'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to let you guys know that the next video will be a book review of the supernatural novel Nevermore. So if you want to read it and then watch the video with me, now's the time. The last episode of the series was called The Usual Suspects, and I had mixed thoughts on the episode. If you watched it in my review, you'll understand that I thought I liked the ghost twists and the police officer getting involved and all that stuff. But I just felt like the start of the episode was a little slow for me personally. But I did like what it was covering, like the Dean still being alive and them catching him. That was all cool. I just had a bit of an issue with the structure. But overall, I thought the episode was quite a good one and quite enjoyable. And I loved the vengeance at the end when the lady shot the guy, the police officer. They were cool. And I really like her. But I like her as an actress, so there we go. This episode is called Crossroad Blues. Crossroad Blues. See you at the crossroad, crossroad, crossroad. So unless it's about Blazing Squad, which if you're in America and anywhere else that don't know what Blazing Squad is, you're welcome. I'm joking. I'm really kidding. Something to do with a crossroad. Someone comes to a point of life where they've reached a big decision to make at the crossroads. And maybe it's about like, if they made one decision they go that way, maybe if they go another decision they go that way. Crossroad Blues. I don't know. Let's just jump into the episode because I have no idea what it could be about. Hopefully it's going to be a good one because I have to leave a little bit of a break to get me a chance to read the book on top of everything else that I'm doing before I watch the next episode. So if you enjoy this video, guys, please let me know down below what you thought and subscribe to my channel for future Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it and some comments down below to let me know what you thought. 1938. Okay, so we're going back to the past. I'm going to cut this music out. I hope not, because it's pretty cool, but it is YouTube after all. Sounds like an angry dog. Is Kudra outside? Okay, that looks like some sort of monster. Interesting. Calling me intrigued. I'm getting the impression he knows what these are. She's the only one that's properly ran. They do sound like dogs.
What's going on? Oh my God. Get a doctor. Run!
Dogs, black dogs.
Black dogs.
Run! Robert, don't you down me!
Oh, okay. So were they really there? Was he hallucinating? Is it like a manifestation of his fear? I don't know. Why am I talking like this?
What do you got on the case there, you innocent, harmless young man?
Architect Sean Boyden plummeted to his death from the roof of his home, a condominium he designed.
Build a high-rise and jump off the top of it. That's classy.
Yeah, vicious,
Oh.
wild black dog. The
That must be a
authorities couldn't find
thing
it.
they're
No one
aware
else
of?
saw it. In fact, the authorities are a little confused as to how a wild dog could get past the doorman, take the elevator up, and start roaming the halls of the cushiest joint in town. I mean, there are spectral black dogs all over the world, but some say they're animal spirits, others say death omens.
They're
But
big.
anyways, whatever they are, they're big, nasty.
Yeah, I bet they could hump the crap out of your leg with that one, huh? What, they could?
Cheer up, Sam, bloody hell.
Any idea why he'd do such a thing?
I have no clue. I mean, he lived a charmed life.
How so?
He's a flat-out genius. There was a time where he couldn't even design a pup tent. Hell, 10 years ago, he's working as a bartender at this place called Lloyd's. Complete dive.
Right. So what changed?
He got me. But overnight, he gets this huge commission, and he starts designing. He starts designing the most ingenious buildings anyone has
Overnight,
ever seen.
you imagine
It
he
was
gets all his knowledge
the level
and
of
ability.
Van Gogh and Mozart.
Suspicious.
Every complaint called in this week about anything big, black, or dog-like. There's 19 calls in all, and I don't know what this thing is.
You mean Carly's MySpace address?
Yeah, MySpace. What the hell is that?
MySpace.
Seriously, is that like some sort of porn site?
MySpace. Jesus, this is old.
I swear. if this
Oh,
is
I wish I
some
still had my
freaking
MySpace
Pomeranian
just to
bug,
look back
that'd
at it and
be
go,
hard.
oh,
That's new, ma'am.
back in the days of innocence.
Animal. Hey, you know, I read she was chief surgeon at the hospital. She's got to be, what, 42, 43? That's pretty young for that job.
Youngest in
Did you
history,
get the
please.
abilities
She got the position
overnight?
10 years ago?
10 years ago?
An overnight success.
Same
10 years ago.
as the guy,
You know a guy like that?
the architect. Something happened.
Oh, look at this.
Did they make a deal with a demon of some sort? Get all his power
Lloyd's Bar.
at Lloyd's bar? Or did the guy at the beginning, oh, hello, make a deal for like music skill? That's not a black dog. The hell was that? It's on a crossroads. Okay.
Middle of all these weeds?
These are, what do you call them?
Yarrow flowers?
Yeah, used for certain rituals, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, summoning rituals.
Oh. Is that a thing? Crossroads is where you make a deal? Is that why they knew it was there? Oh.
That's serious spell work. I mean, that's deep south hoodoo stuff.
Used to summon a demon.
Not just summon one. Crossroads are where pacts are made.
Oh,
All these
okay.
people are actually making deals with the damn thing.
Oh, that's why they got all successful
that was
overnight.
good.
And then
They're seeing dogs all
Is it-
right.
last for 10 years and they get
They're not
killed?
black
Like,
dogs,
why
they're
would you
seeing
agree to that?
hellhounds. Demonic pit bulls.
Whoever
Hellhounds.
this demon is, it's back and it's collecting.
I'm gonna say, would you make a deal if you knew in 10 years that you would get killed? Me. Okay, it's invisible. Ah. Hi, Freddy Krueger.
Soul at the crossroads kind of deal?
Yeah, except I wasn't a legend. You know his music.
Oh.
You don't know Robert Johnson's songs. Sam, there's a cool references all over his lyrics. I mean, Crossroad Blues, Me and Devil Blues, Hellhound on my trail. Tell me, you seen that Hellhound yet?
Look, we want to help. Please. Just 5 minutes.
I get that you boys want to help. But sometimes a person makes their bed and they just got to lie down in it.
I fully agree with that. You
I'm
didn't.
the one called that demon in the first place.
These people didn't get
What'd you do
their
it for?
abilities by working for it.
I mean, who don't want
They
to
don't
be
deserve
great?
it.
Who don't want their life to mean something? I just never thought about the price. I don't want to wait.
Look, you don't have...
I call that thing. I brought it on myself.
I do
I
struggle
brought it on them.
with sympathy because you make a
I'm
deal with a
going to hell,
demon,
one way or another.
it's never going to end well. So what did he ask for?
I'll miss you.
Better.
Interesting.
You know I love you, right? Forever.
That'd be an awful feeling knowing that
Of course. Evan, are you
something is
okay?
coming to tear you apart.
Yeah.
You can't really do anything to stop it,
Yeah, I'm fine.
and it's kind of your own fault.
Now get going.
Okay, I'll call you when I get there. Hey, sweetie.
Ah.
I love you too.
Evan?
Please!
Don't hurt me. We're not gonna hurt you, all right? We're here to help you.
We know all about the genius deal you made.
What? My wife.
Shit.
Right, getting a girl. Well, that's worth the trip to hell for.
Dean, stop.
No. He's right, I made the deal.
You did it to save her?
Oh, well then I feel bad now for being.
She had cancer, they'd stopped treatment, they were moving her into hospice. They kept saying, Matter of days.
Okay.
So yeah, I made the deal. And I'd do it again. I'd have died for her on the spot.
What if she knew how much it cost? What if she knew it cost your soul? How do you think she'd feel?
Okay, that's enough.
This is a weird
Evan,
moral
sit tight, all right? I wanna figure
discussion.
this out.
He did a nice thing. As much as I said you shouldn't make these deals,
All right?
he wanted to
What would
save
that
her
be?
life. Partly for his own sake,
I
but
got an idea.
for hers as well.
What if he struck a deal? My life for his soul.
He did though. So
Okay, here, it's outside.
Just keep him alive, okay?
Dean, go!
So, what brings a guy like you to a place like this? You called me?
I'm just glad it worked.
I know all about you, Dean Winchester.
I like her eyes.
So you know who I am.
I get the newsletter. Well, well, well. You'd sacrifice your life for someone else's.
Why though?
Like father, like son.
Is that why he's doing it? Because his dad does it, and he feels like he should be alive, but
You did
he doesn't
about
know
your
this
dad's
guy,
deal,
so it feels like a
right?
bit extreme.
His life for yours. No, I didn't make the deal myself, but boy, I wish I had.
Ooh,
The devil's trap? You've got to be kidding me.
bad move, Dino.
What? You hear that?
Knowing how your daddy died for you, how he sold his soul. I mean, that's gotta hurt. Is all you ever think about. You wake up and your first thought is, I can't do this anymore. You're all lit up with pain. I mean, you loved him so much.
She's saying all the right things to push his buttons, that's for sure.
Your father. I could have brought him back.
Oh,
Your loss. See ya, Dean. I wish you a nice, long life.
well, that plan didn't go very well, did it, Dean? Let's be honest about that. That was a royal fuck up.
Hold on.
Oh. He's gonna make some sort of deal. Oh,
You bring him back. My dad.
Of course I can. Just as he was. Your dad would live a long, natural life. Like he was meant to. That's a promise.
What about me?
I could give you 10 years. 10 long, good years with him.
don't
That's a lifetime.
do it.
The family can be together again. John.
I know you feel
Dean,
guilty, but
Sam,
don't do it.
The Winchester boys all reunited.
10 years later, that'll be season 12. Okay.
You know the smart-ass self-defense mechanism of yours?
He's trapped her. Nice.
Dean,
Now you're really trapped. That's gotta hurt.
let me out.
The ceiling ones always get them.
We just gotta make a little
Boys.
deal here first. Evan and his wife get to live to a ripe old age. Going.
Let's talk about this.
Okay, gone.
Nice. I like that fact.
Wait! You're gonna double-cross me? Funny how I'm the trustworthy one.
Okay, so she just
You know-
stopped their deal.
You renege, send me to hell. Sooner or later, I'm gonna climb out, and skinning Evan Hudson will be the first thing that I do. I gotta tell you, you would have never pulled that stunt if you knew
Knew what?
where your dad is. You should have made that deal. See, people talk about hell, but it's just a word. It doesn't even come close to describing the real thing.
Shut your mouth, bitch.
You can see your poor daddy, hear the sounds he makes because he can't even scream.
But I send you back there.
Okay, so he's not going to die in 10 years. He she agreed to save them so that she didn't get sent to hell.
How could he do it?
He did it for you.
Exactly. How am I supposed to live with that?
How many people do you think Dad saved?
That's not the point, son.
Evan Hudson is safe because of what Dad taught us.
Also true.
That's his legacy, Dean.
His dad did a
We're still
good
here,
thing.
man. So we gotta keep going.
Dean just
For him.
focuses, I suppose, on the negative part, which is hard not to do in this situation.
I mean, it was all a trick, right? He never considered actually making that deal, right?
That was really good. I was a little nervous at first when it started off in like the 30s because I'm not a big fan of episodes that take place in the past, whether it's like Buffy or Doctor Who or whatever. Like when it's like really like flashback episodes that take place years and years ago, I'm a bit like, I don't know. I just like it to be modern, or I don't know. It's a weird thing to explain, but I'm not as a big fan of flashbacky past episodes, so to speak. But it was quite interesting to see what he was going through, that there was this demon dog that was after him, we couldn't see it, what was going on. But then the little bits in the past were actually interesting because it kind of kick-started the current stuff, if that makes sense, and it was showing us stuff from the past that is exactly the same as what's happened in the future. It's like he made a deal in the past to become a musician, whereas the guys that were getting killed now were like surgeons and whatnot and architects, and it was showing his deal. So it wasn't like all in the past, it was only bits, and I don't know if anything I just said makes any sense, but I liked it. And the whole storyline about having this Crossroads demon that you can summon to make deals with is interesting because it's something that can be used over and over again, because unless it's always just that one demon, obviously it's gone somewhere else now, I presume it could be other demons, but it's something that could be used in the future in the show to make deals at certain points, or they can always bring that storyline back whenever they feel like they need to do something new, or someone needs to make a deal, or there's a situation they can't get out of, they can just pull it out of the bag of tricks, I suppose, and use it again. And it was interesting because I like the Crossroads demon. She kind of gave me Meg vibes in that she was kind of flirty and flirting with Dean, a bit sassy, and I like that in the demons. Like when it was Meg that was like that, she was one of my favourite demons in the show. I know some of the comments at the time that say that they didn't love Meg, which surprises me because I thought she was brilliant. And yeah, I liked the demon. I thought it was cool, and the Dean trap in it was also interesting. What I like about this episode is it kind of teased a lot of game-changing stuff that could happen again in the future at some point. So we can bring your dad back to life, just say the word, and we'll do it. And that could have happened. The episode could have ended with John being back, and Dean's made the deal to die in 10 years or whatever. Obviously, that didn't happen. He made the deal to save the dude and his wife, and let the demon go free because of it. So that's kind of interesting. I know I got mistaken initially where I thought he made the deal to die, but it wasn't that from what I gather. It was that he made the deal to not send the demon to hell. But yeah, it just teased all this game-changing things of we can make these deals. Here's what your dad made. He made the deal to die. He's in hell now being tortured. We can bring him back. And that's interesting because it could have gone anyway. Obviously, it didn't go the way that changed the show dramatically. Yet, maybe. It could be brought up in the future. But it kind of touched on that. So that was super interesting that they could go down these many routes in the future if they need to. And does it surprise me that Dean was going to make that deal? No, not really, to be honest, because Dean doesn't think logically about a lot of things. Even though he hides his emotions away, he actually deals with things quite emotionally. Like, he's burying all these emotions about his dad and the guilt that he feels. And so he was going to make the deal to save that guy, I'll die in 10 years, or bring your dad back and I'll die in 10 years, because that's not the right thing to do, because he's just thinking about how guilty he feels. But his dad did this amazing, selfless thing to save Dean. And if Dean went back on that, then that's quite selfish of Dean in some ways, because his dad wanted to make the sacrifice and Dean would have gone back on that. So although Dean is like, quote unquote, the less outwardly emotional one, he actually was making decisions based on his emotions, and he was letting the demon get to his head. Obviously, part of that was a plan to trap the demon under the water tank thing, which was kind of cool. But does that make sense what I'm saying? That I feel like some of the decisions that he was thinking of making were quite emotional ones, and that's super interesting. It doesn't surprise me that he did consider, making some rash decisions here. Interesting, really exciting stuff though. I just really enjoyed this storyline, because even though it wasn't the most exciting episode ever. It has potential for future storylines, and it could be brought back, and we can still save the dad potentially at some point, and all that kind of has a lot of promise for the future and has given me excitement. And I'm intrigued now to read the book that I'm going to read in the next episode, because why does it specifically take place between this episode and the next episode? Obviously, I don't know what the next episode's about, but the fact that it's specifically after this one leads me to believe that it's going to touch on the demon and the deal that they made, potentially. So I'm intrigued to see if the book brings that up. Obviously, I'll update you as I read it. Yeah, good episode. I like the Hellhounds. In some ways, I kind of got Freddy Krueger vibes. If you ever watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street, there's an absolutely incredible scene at the beginning, near the beginning of the film, where Freddy kills Tina, and she can see Freddy, but everyone else can't see Freddy because she's asleep and she can see him and he's in the dream. But she's been like torn apart, flown up the ceiling, blood everywhere, and they can just see it happening to her. They can see her like on the ceiling, like ripped apart, blood everywhere, being dragged up the wall, and it's so amazingly choreographed. It's one of my favourite films of all time. And this kind of gave me vibes of that, where the demon was coming along. The Hellhounds were walking on the floor. You could see a scratch in the floor. You could see them when it got the lady in the hotel room, when it kind of clawed at her leg and stuff. I liked it. I do kind of hope that one day we see it, but knowing Supernatural and some of the comments that I've had, a lot of the demons and creepy stuff kind of gets hidden away. So I feel like the Hellhounds are always just going to be invisible, maybe. But we'll see. I'm sure someone will tell me down below. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I was surprised because I didn't have high hopes at the beginning, just because it kind of kept flashing to the past and stuff. That's not my kind of thing. I know it sounds really silly, but I'm just not into flashback episodes of shows. It's just something that I have to get used to in every show, but I just don't usually love it. But it was interesting, actually. I love the demon aspect and the crossroads and the deals and how that could develop in the future and that kind of stuff. So yeah, really good episode. I enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. And yeah, let me know what you thought of the demon and the deals, and without spoiling it if possible, just what thoughts you had. Yeah, brilliant. As always, guys, my name is Scott. Hope you're well. Take care of yourselves and staying safe. Thank you for watching. And yeah, next episode is going to be the book one, like I mentioned. I'm going to try and do it like a vlog. There will be spoilers in it, so if you don't want to know anything about the book or you want to read it first, try and read it before you watch the episode. But yeah, if not, try and join me on a journey as I read Supernatural book Nevermore. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.